Yeah. The Queen Mary is one of the most haunted places in America.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Book the US series. My name is Cameron Phillips, you're watching my YouTube channel, and this is part 11 of the iconic Book the US series where we're traveling to California to visit the Queen Mary and answer one of the internet's biggest questions. Is the Queen Mary actually haunted, or is it just a marketing stunt that they've kind of pulled together over the past couple of years? We will find out. My name is Cameron Phillips, and this summer Booking.com sent me on a quest to find the most unique properties around the United States. This is the adventure of a lifetime with properties so amazing that you'll never want to stay in a regular hotel again. With this series, I'm offering everyone $30 of free travel credit on Booking.com to jumpstart your adventure. Make sure to use the link in my bio to get your free $30. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss an episode, and follow me on Instagram to see more of these iconic properties. I started this trip coming in from Nevada, and if you saw the last episode, you can probably realize why I was a little shook coming into this episode. Oh, it was a lot. And we went from aliens in the last episode to ghosts in this episode. Now, if you don't know the lore, the Queen Mary is allegedly haunted. Well, first of all, can you believe they charge overnight guests $22 to park? It's wild. Who'd have thought that after Shane Dawson's iconic YouTube series, staying at the Queen Mary Hotel and exploring the ghosts and crazy shit that happens here, I would be staying here only a few months later. I'm here with Booking.com. We've made it to California, the California property of the iconic Book the US series, and here we are in the Queen Mary. This is my stateroom, and we're about to go meet up with the PR lady, people who work on the ship, and they're gonna give us a tour. Brandon's coming later on tonight. I'm super excited. I'm also running late. I drove in this morning from Vegas. If you watched the last Nevada vlog, it was pretty epic. We got into some crazy shit at Area 51, fireworks, all this stuff. Anyways, I need to go meet the crew now, but let's go explore the Queen Mary. This is gonna be a wild night and a wild vlog. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe and join the adventure family. And with that being said, take it away, Miss Queen Mary. The Queen Mary was a ship that sailed across the Atlantic Ocean, bringing people from England to New York. It's a very important ship in US history. It brought tons of immigrants to Ellis Island in the early 1900s. But that being said though, it's now been parked in Long Beach, California for over 50 years, and it's actually a hotel that you can go and stay in. The whole unique properties of Booking.com thing, this is definitely one of the most unique. It is a ship. I checked in, and the first thing we were doing was getting some filming done with the film crew. We filmed, honestly, some incredible conversations. I talked to this man who is the captain of the ship, or the Commodore as he's also known. Of course, he's not the actual captain because the ship no longer sails, but he's kind of like a ceremonial captain. Maybe he is the actual captain. I'm not really sure how that works, but he kind of presides over the ship and is the ambassador for everything Queen Mary. He took us all around to the wheelhouse, to the decks, gave us a history about the ship, and then eventually we ended up in this kind of great ballroom, which definitely felt haunted.
Yeah. The Queen Mary is one of the most haunted places in America. And it's something that we're actually very proud of. It's a great attraction. It's part of the lore of the ship. And anything as old as the Queen Mary is filled with lore.
The funny thing is, when I was with Crane, the film crew, they filmed like hours of incredible interview footage of me talking to the man, getting the stories about the ship, getting haunting stories, getting incredible content, but where is all that content? I don't have it. Instead, they just made a highlight reel. So I really wish I could have used that footage, but it's inspired me that in the future I definitely want to do some professional productions here where I have a crew to get more of that like interview, like real life situation. So you can expect some of that on my channel in the coming months, years, in the future. When we were in this ballroom, I asked the fundamental question, is the boat haunted? And do you have any stories? And he shared a few crazy stories with me. He said that in this very ballroom, there was frequently an apparition.
In this room, many times there have been spotted a lady in white that hovers over the piano that's just behind those drapes. And I've never seen the lady in white, but I've been in here in all hours of the day and night, and I can assure you that late at night this room is quite lively. It has a presence.
Okay, yeah.
And think of all the people that have danced in this room.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you see Fred Astaire out here on the dance floor? Can you see Liberace on the piano?
Have you had any encounters in the ship?
I've had some experiences over my time in the ship, and I can assure you I never wanted to have a paranormal experience, but I do understand now. People were born here, people have died here. Yeah. It's like any other piece of real estate in the world. I think there's something very special about a ship. a ship is very close with nature. People that go and travel in ships and come here for special occasions, they're happy. So naturally, why wouldn't you want your spirit to be somewhere where it was happy?
Many guests have also reported hearing strange noises, including music coming from this ballroom, which is crazy. This trip, I am joined by my friend Brandon, who is one of my friends from college. He's another filmmaker, a YouTuber. His channel will be linked down below. Spoiler alert, he came with me to 3 other properties later on in the series. Crazy vlogs from him. I can't wait to share those with you guys. But he's been into ghosts forever, and ever since the Queen Mary got very popular with Shane Dawson's vlogs, with some other YouTubers going to the Queen Mary to see if it's actually haunted or not, he could not miss out on this opportunity to come down and stay at the Queen Mary with me. So, okay guys, it's much later in the day and I'm here with Brandon Papo.
Hello.
Oh my god, iconic. So Brandon drove down from LA because we're at the Queen Mary, and when we found out that Booking.com, the property for California, was the Queen Mary, we knew we had to come here and do a little ghost adventure. The crazy part is that, so in yesterday's vlog, or in the last episode, you saw we were Area 51, right? I have asked many people in the area about Area 51, about aliens. Everyone I asked, I said, have you had an alien encounter? And they say no. I'm like, have you seen a UFO? And they're like, oh, not really, I don't really believe in that. Every single person I've asked today about the Queen Mary has had a story. Every single person, including, we just went to dinner. On our way home, it's about 11 o'clock now. We get an Uber driver, random Uber. Obviously, I've never met him before. I say, hey, like, you know, we're on our way to the Queen Mary. And he's like, oh, yeah, did that once, never again. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, what happened? Did you have an experience? He's like, yeah, I got pulled down the bed. I was like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, I felt all 5 fingers grab my ankle and pull me down the bed. I was like white as a ghost and freaked out and left right then. The fact that we met a random person mentioned the Queen Mary, and that's the response we got. You saw the interview earlier with the captain. That's the Commodore, the captain of the ship. We talked to the security guard. This was off camera. We had a security guard with us as we were filming. Security guard told us about hearing a little girl's voice whispering into his ear, and fuck, I hate that feeling.
What? Are you already feeling something?
I don't know, when you just know the energy changed in this room.
If you want to talk about some of the incidents of death that occurred in the Queen Mary, I can tell you around 50 people died on the ship during peacetime.
There's a ballroom, I think it's upstairs, and that's where apparently there's the woman on the piano. The like subtle music playing in the background, it's like you couldn't make this stuff up, you guys. You really couldn't make this stuff up.
He is here, and there's just this music playing.
Oh, I know. This is it. This is the room that we talked to the captain. It's a grand ballroom. Oh yeah. It's crazy to believe that we're on this massive ship right now that used to sail across the Atlantic Ocean in the 1930s and 40s. I think the ship was launched in 1937. I could be maybe a few years off on that. It's been here in Long Beach, California for 50 years now, just this past year. And it's pretty unbelievable that we're just casually walking across it. And this is truly history. Like the tour we had earlier with the Commodore and talking about the insane history of the people who have been on this boat and the places it's been. I had no idea it was just such like a crazy place to stay. An account of a ghost sighting here talks about door 13. Brandon asked what door 13 is. Door 13 is the place in the engine room where apparently an employee got crushed to death by one of the watertight doors and was found like dead like this, crushed. And apparently it's a very common place for sightings in here. And multiple people today have told me that. I'm like, where do you not go on the ship? He's like, I do not go down to the engine room or the boiler room because that's where I just can't do that. It says there was a deafening scream coming from down there, and a Queen Mary employee came up and said, like, don't be worried, it's just door 13.
That must be the pool.
Was that scream? You heard that scream, right?
Yeah.
That sounded like a man though. That sounded like real life.
It sounded like real life.
Yeah.
It sounded like real life.
Well, I don't know what a non-real life scream would sound like. Wait, what is going on with this pool? I wonder if that is like the pool room.
So supposedly to be a little girl spirit in the first-class pool. The dressing rooms that are just behind the pool are said to be a vortex into another universe. I feel vertigo when I go into active places in the ship.
And I think we walked around for probably like 2 or 3 hours. And I have to say that, haunted or not, it is creepy. It is very creepy at night. I mean, it's crazy. You keep remembering, oh my God, we're literally floating. Like, the ship is still floating in the ocean. It's permanently docked, but it's still floating. But we wanted something more. We really wanted to get that, like, paranormal experience. And as we worked our way down the levels, we eventually got to one of the lowest levels on the ship. And we kept finding these little plaques on the walls that had kind of haunting information about things that had been reportedly seen or heard at this very location. Spoiler alert, some of my intuition, sometimes I felt like I knew what the panel was gonna say. Like, we were walking down this hallway and I just felt this like, oh, a woman, like a presence of like a woman. I don't know, I didn't think it was like necessarily there. I just felt this like strange presence that I was kind of put off by. Then we turned and saw a plaque and it said that a woman frequently haunts this corridor. And I was like, oh! One thing that was actually very weird was we went to this area, one of the indoor swimming pools, which is known to be haunted, closed to the public. I asked so many people, where do you not go on the ship? Like maintenance people and security people who came around with us, we were filming, and they all said the pool. We're outside of the pool. Of course it's locked. We're looking in the windows and we hear this loud male scream that was like not just like it was like a full out scream. And I was like, what? That was weird. And I didn't think anything of it. I don't think any of us thought anything of it. But then we realized it was 12:30 in the morning, and who would be screaming like that? It was very strange, very, very, very strange. Definitely got eerie vibes. Like there was water and it was like refracting up on the ceiling. It was a lot. So this brings up the question, was it all just a marketing stunt? Have the Queen Mary organization kind of like really doubled down on this whole ghost narrative to help bring people in? Because it brought me and it's brought other YouTubers who have then promoted it to tons of people for free. It's honestly a brilliant marketing plan. So, is it fake? Is it actually haunted at all? My answer is yes, it is haunted. And I have a few reasons for that. Number one, I felt the presence. I didn't feel a direct presence. Like, I was never freaked, and I've had some crazy moments with like ghosts and like paranormal. Never had that, but I definitely felt some kind of like spiritual, otherworldly thing going on there, like 100%. And I'm normally pretty accurate on that. Number two, and this is probably the most credible, every single person I asked about the Queen Mary had a story. We were coming home from dinner in Long Beach and we're in the Uber and we were talking to the Uber driver for our brief 10-minute ride. Was being dragged down the bed by my ankles. I asked the security guard who was with us. He was like, yeah, no, weird things happen. I try not to believe it, like whatever, but I can't deny it. Every single person I asked had a story. Versus when we were in Area 51, every single person I asked said, yeah, I don't really believe that stuff. But at the Queen Mary, every single person had a story. Crazy. I got to tell you guys about our Catalina experience. So, as part of the filming with Crane, they wanted some epic, like, adventure shots. They're like, why don't you go scuba diving off Catalina Island? Okay everybody, it's the next day today. We are in Catalina Island. We're on Catalina Island and we're gonna go scuba diving today, which I have never dove in the greater Los Angeles area. I've only done one cold Pacific dive, like not counting Hawaii, and that was in the Monterey Bay area, and this was many, many years ago. It was freezing, it was murky. Today is special though because it's one of the warmest water days they've ever had here in Catalina. It's 74 degrees. It is gorgeous, my first time here. I am suited up in a full body 7mm suit, which is extremely uncomfortable. We're gonna try and, we're like filming all this stuff, right? And then we'll just kind of dive afterwards. So we'll see what's going on with that, but it's a beautiful day out here. I'm excited to see some fish. The water looks super clear. I'm gonna try and steal some of the footage from them. Do you know if I can take your guys' GoPro footage from this? Or is that illegal? Okay, I'll speak to Oscar about that. Because obviously I don't have a GoPro. vlog. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next episode where we're exploring New Mexico. Bye bye.